Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and here we are yet again turning in more Crucible tokens. The reason why, though, is different than before, because these are actually being deprecated, so these all need to be turned in before Season 13. So if you have any Crucible tokens out there, make sure you turn these bad boys in, because they're going to be turned into junk, as Bungie has described. So definitely turn these bad boys in, and get yourself some, hopefully some God-rolled weapons, some God-rolled armor. I was just about to say, the only armor piece I really want is a Memory of Cade cloak, because I only have one of them. I know it sounds, that timing was just... If you've watched the other videos, you know I turned in thousands and thousands and thousands on my hunter, and I only got one Memory of Cade cloak. So, I'm actually really stoked about that. The Long Shadow has some good rolls. The 7th Seraph Saw is really not the best. I mean, you could use it in, like, Crucible, maybe. See, that's the problem with the cloaks, is that there's these Entanglement cloak, and there's, like, 3 other cloaks that you can get. And so, it's a bit frustrating, but I personally want the Memory of Cade cloak because it's the one that's updated to the most recent season, so it doesn't expire until like 1410 power. So it's got like a full year's cycle that cloak will be good. Plus, Cade's my boy, but as you can see here, they got the Coronation cloak is also in here, which is definitely lame. So, if you're out there, you know, get yourself the Memory of Cade cloak. There's also Memory of Cade Bond and the Titan class item, etc. But there's a few great weapons that you can actually get from this. The unfortunate part for me, though, as you've watched these videos, is I've turned in thousands, tens of thousands of tokens at this point, to the point where I pretty much have like a 10 out of 10 god roll of all of these weapons. So the chances of me getting something that would just completely knock my socks off, blow my mind, is slim to none. So, but we'll be optimistic here, and perhaps, you know, maybe today will be the day. Maybe one of these armor pieces will have some really good stat rolls, or, you know, one of these weapons will have just an even slightly better roll. The Long Shadow is a great sniper that can be used in the Crucible. Let's keep going here and turning this in. Got the Truth Teller. I've already got like a 10 out of 10 god roll for that bad boy. The Temptation's Hook. Got some boots here. The enhancement core is dropping from this is crazy. Look at this. Like every package I turn in, I get an enhancement core. Oh, as I say that, I don't get an enhancement core. So, and I don't get two in a row. For a while there, it seemed like it was every package, okay? I jinxed it by saying something, but it seems like they're dropping like candy, and it's good. Nature of the Beast, I don't think there's any exceptionally good rolls of that, and that RPM of hand cannon is really not that strong right now. 7th Seraph SMG, nothing special about that. Some of this armor just doesn't make sense to me. Oh my gosh, see, there's another cloak. We got the other cloak that I don't want. There's like 4 or 5 different cloaks in here, and I only want the Memory of Cade one, but it is what it is. Get the Falling Guillotine, Hold Denial. No, not the Entanglement Cloak. Feels bad. First in, last out. There is a roll of that. The one with Assault Mag I still have not gotten. I do have the really good one, the auto-loading Vorpal one, but Assault Mag would be nice. Alright, we've turned in about 1,000 now, so I'm going to go in here and clear my inventory a little bit so that way nothing gets sent to the Postmaster. Whispering Slab, we can Yeetus, Deletus that. Threat Detector Outlaw is not a very good roll. Grave Robber Osmosis, not a very good roll. Ambitious Assassin, multi-kill clip, we can delete that one. Hipfire, moving target, delete. Sympathetic Arsenal, delete. Grave Robber on a pulse, definitely delete. And we can delete this. We're basically just getting a ton of legendary shards out here. Tap multi-kill clip, we can delete that. Pulse monitor is a delete for that. Subsistence tablet trigger is a delete. Grave Robber, we can delete that. Quick draw of Vorpal on the hand cannon. Delete that. And Ambitious Assassin and Dragonfly, we can delete that. Slide Shot Demolicious. Oh man, of course this one has Assault Mag with the terrible perks, but Assault Mag nonetheless. Delete that. And delete this. This has, yep, that's a big delete. And this roll, we got Field Prep Vorpal, we can delete that one. We definitely do not want to be shooting any bosses with that machine gun. We can delete all these swords. I already have a 10 out of 10 god roll. That was a 10 out of 10 god roll, Falling Guillotine, that hurts. I already have like a perfect one though, so no big deal on that. Let's see what type of armor we're looking at. Wow, was that a 1259 armor piece that dropped? Why did a 1259 armor piece randomly drop? I took all the armor off of this character before I did this, so I received a 1259 randomly? That must be bugged out or something. That's not very good. Not very good. Not very good. You're not going to find high stat rolls in these. I don't think these even can drop 60 rolls. But what you can find is the ones with the, you know, 20 in one slot and 20 in another slot. The good stuff. Delete all of this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. 7 recovery. 18 recovery. 11. Best. Delete this. This. Ah, 50 roll on that one. That was pretty low. Delete that one. Delete that. And yes, that can be deleted. Alright, my memory of Cade cloak. Yes. Success. We got 1. And then there's these other cloaks. Entanglement. Coronation. Stella. Airhead. If only. If only I could get these cloaks to not drop. Alright, all I want, really all I want is one more memory of Cade cloak and then I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Alright, we got 980 more tokens. Let's turn these bad boys in. Let's see what we get. See if we get any. I got, at this point, I think I got 0 god rolled weapons. Well, I got that sword, but I deleted it. Pretty much I'm turning in almost all of this for legendary shards. So that's the goal from all of this, is to get legendary shards. Sorry, I had to turn off the Discord. It kept giving me a bunch of crazy notifications, so I had to completely remove that out of there. So that was beeping. It's getting real annoying real fast. We're gonna turn in a ton more stuff here. Honestly, I feel like, and I could be wrong in the way I feel about this, I feel like every time you turn in like tokens for something new for this season, it should just be updated to this season's, you know what I'm saying, like a new season. Like I'm turning in tokens and getting new loot for this season, you know? I feel like you should never get something from last season. Like last season's loot should be encapsulated entirely in last season. And if anything, if they want to carry the loot over into the next season, then the next season has the same loot, but it's updated one more season. So it allows you to, you know, essentially you can regrind for the same god roll, which obviously not really, no one really wants to do. But if you just so happen to get the same god roll and it's one season more updated, it's like, you know, you're not going to complain, you know, they're still both a year away. You know, one of them is a year away, one of them's 9 months away from being fully sunset, you know, but, you know, you can get updated ones. I don't see a problem with that. But what I do see a big problem with, and what I do find very, very frustrating with the current sunsetting that Bungie's doing, is getting loot this season that is going to be sunset in like half a year, you know? Some loot that you can get can be sunset in just a couple seasons from now, and it's like, I do not want to grind. It's very demotivating to grind for loot that's going to be sunset and rendered useless in just a few months from now, you know what I'm saying? The year cap of sunsetting doesn't intimidate me too much, you know? Like, I'll grind for a good weapon. It'll be, if I get a perfect god tier weapon, I actually work really hard for it, like, grind the activity a ton, you know, it's good for a full year. That's fine. A year from now, I'll be bored of that weapon anyways, you know? So it shouldn't be a big deal, right? It doesn't bother me sunsetting when it's a full year. But when you're grinding for new weapons or even the same weapons reprised, it's definitely annoying having to deal with a weapon that's not up to the very most current season. Something that I was talking about with Trials especially is a big problem. And here we are, we're on to our last package actually. And there it is. Turned in a solid 2,000 tokens. Whew. Alright, let's see if we got anything good. No good Whispering Slab. We can delete this auto. No good rolls on that auto, and that auto archetype is really not the best. Delete that. Underdog is such a bad perk. Pulse Monitor is as well a terrible perk. Feeding Frenzy Unrelenting. Okay, let's see what we got on this. Auto-loading Vorpal. No. Do not. Do not play with my feelings like this. Do not. Ooh. There's no assault mag on it. So it is not the god roll. Pain is all I know. Pain is all I feel. That's a really good Icarus SMG. Delete this grenade launcher, delete this rocket. That's a good sword, but I'll delete it. Delete. Look at armor. This is a solid roll. 17 and 16 is a pretty good roll. I do have a bunch better rolls though, so we'll delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. And we can delete that. Anything that has 2 recovery is pretty much yeetus deletus is gonna go right off the bat. Delete all this junk. 22 discipline is pretty hot right there. Alright, delete that. Delete. 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 7 recovery. 24 recovery, 24 strength. That we are definitely keeping. That is absurd. Okay. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. We're gonna delete most things just because I have a lot of God rolled armor already. And I got 0. Look at that. I got 1 memory of Cade Cloak right off the rip. 2,000 tokens later, and I get no more memory of Cade Cloaks. See? Now you understand why I freaked out right at the start of this video. Because that's all I want is 3 memory of Cade Cloaks. So that way I can have 1 solar, 1 arc, and 1 void. But no, I only have 2. Feels bad. I'll have to do another one of these before the season is up. And until then, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. And I'll go over the final loot haul. Literally all I got was 4 things. Obviously, I have a ton of God rolled stuff, so I'm not complaining. But we got this first and last out. This is a God roll. It doesn't have assault mag though. This Icarus SMG is insane. Dynamic sway, tap the trigger is like super steady. You probably want more range on this though. So it might not be the best in that regard, but dear God, a stability masterwork. Along with polygon, that's just going to be like an auto rifle. That's going to be like a laser gun rather. That's a pretty good roll. And then this chest piece is like S tier, dude. 24 recovery, 24 strength. I know it's a 56 drop, but that's nasty. Alright. And then my boy, my memory Cade Cloak. Rest in peace, Cade. And that's a wrap on this video. That's 2,000 trials tokens. Best of luck to you in your efforts to get some God roll loot from Shax here. And I'll see you in the next video. Later.
Subscribe to Lucky 10p with notifications on. And smash that motherfucking like button. You sexy motherfuckers.